Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, we're going to be smoking up some baby back ribs on my pit barrel cooker. Stay tuned. You can see, look at this bark. It's crazy. Oh man, this is perfect. It helps to start with a nice sharp knife, okay? Oh my goodness. Look at that. All right, I've got 3 racks of baby back ribs here, and there's really not a whole lot of trimming. I might take a little bit of fat off of this one and this one here. This one looks good. I will take the membrane off of that rack here in a little bit, but this one has a little bit of fat, so I'm gonna be trimming that off. It's got small pockets of fat here that I don't like. I'm gonna try to cook these not hot and fast and not too slow either, okay? Probably have them hanging in my pit for about an hour and 30 minutes. Then we're gonna wrap them in about an hour, and I'm gonna show you how you stack up 3 racks on one shelf on the pit barrel. A lot of people think you can't do it, and you can. Okay, so just a little bit of this heavy fat here. Just like that. Take this piece off here. Usually on baby backs, you don't have to trim a lot of fat, okay? So that one looks good. This one has a little bit of fat here as well. So just gonna take this down a little bit. Trim this up here. If you don't like it, take it off. Some of these heavier pockets of fat here. There we go. Looks good to me. So let's take the membranes off. Now, one thing I love about baby backs is that the membrane usually comes off in one swoop, okay? As opposed to spare ribs. See that? Super simple. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Yep. All right. Do we have a 3 for 3? Let's try it out. Nope. This one tore on me. I knew it was too good to be true. Sometimes they come off pretty easy. Sometimes you have to battle a little bit, like this one here. It's coming off in little pieces. So just grab a paper towel. Grab a hold of it. Oh, this one's gonna battle me all the way through. Here we go. We got a little bit more right here. Grab a new paper towel. There we go. Not terribly bad. Take this little piece off here. There we go. All right, so on 2 of these racks, I'm gonna use the same exact rub, and it is the Spicy R from Uncle Steve's Shake, or Spicier. Okay, one of these is gonna get some sauce, the other one is not. Okay, good color. So I am using 2 rubs on these ribs here. The first one is this one that I'm using right now, the Spicy R, or Spicier. And the second one is Uncle Steve's new rub. This is their Sweet and Spicy R. Okay, so both rubs smell really similar. Now I did notice that one of the rubs, the Sweet and Spicier, does have some honey powder and some sugar. So obviously that's gonna make your ribs a little bit sweeter, or your rub a little bit sweeter. Okay, so just put a good amount, just like that. Pat it down. I did not use any binders. Okay. Let's get the backside. Just a light coating on the backside. All right, so on the 3rd rack, I am going to be using again the Sweet and Spicier, or Sweet and Spicy R. Okay, this one should be good. This one's also going to get some sauce. The only one that's not going to get some sauce, ooh, this has a little bit more pepper, a little bit lighter on the color. So the only one that's not going to get any sauce is one of the spicier racks. but I want to try these with some sauce and one without. Okay. All right. My pit barrel is warmed up. Let's head outside. Stay tuned. All right, so we're outside of my pit barrel cooker, and I did drop one basket of Kingsford Blue, and it was a full basket. And I am going to drop some hickory chunks in there for some smoke. Get about 4 pieces. All right, so here's our baby back ribs. Okay. That is the spicy R. Now, if you notice, I did put the thicker part, the meatier part, towards the basket down there in the bottom. Okay. Then our third rack is the sweet and spicier. Okay, so it's just going to go on the outside just like this. I'm going to put my other rod in. Put the lid on it. All right, we'll check back in about an hour and a half. Stay tuned. All right, so 1.5 hours into the cook. Let's see how the ribs look. Man, that hickory is smelling good. All right, so this is the spicier ribs. Check out the beautiful color. Okay, nice kind of reddish color. So I'm just going to pull these off, and I'm going to be wrapping these in foil. Nothing in the foil, just nice and tight. Here's the other spicier rack, and the last one is the sweet and spicier. Look at that. All right, I'm going to take these off, take them inside, wrap them really nice and tight in foil, and we'll be back. Stay tuned. All right, so I've got my 3 racks wrapped in foil. Now this is the sweet and spicier right here. These are the spicier racks here. So you just kind of overlap them a little bit, and they are getting their fair share amount of heat. So, and you still have enough room to go ahead and put your rods in, just like that. We get our second one in. There we go. So as you can see, you still have enough room to put your rods in, and obviously the lid's not going to do anything. So these are going to be wrapped for another hour and a half, and we're going to pull them off. Stay tuned. All right, so we are exactly 3 hours into the cook. Let's take a look at the ribs here. I'm going to pull the rods off. All right, let's get an internal temperature of these ribs here. So we are at 206 degrees, and that is absolutely perfect. These ribs are cooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 racks off. These are my spicier ribs. And remember, I didn't put any liquid into the ribs at all when I wrapped them, okay? So they've just been wrapped and cooking in their own juices. All right, so let's take a look at this rack here. Oh man, it is nice and hot. Got some nice pullback. Got some shiners. The shiners is obviously when the meat starts peeling from the bone. Just like that. Oh yeah, these are ready. All right, so what I'm gonna do, oh man, it is coming apart already. All right, so I'm just gonna take this out of the foil. This is my sweet and spicier. Okay. Toss this foil in the trash. All right, I'm gonna get the other 2 racks out of the foil and put them in the smoker. You're gonna be very careful because these bones are about to fall off of the rack here. Okay. So that is my spicier rack. All right, so here's the other spicier rack. It's okay if you overlap them like this. Okay, just gonna let the surface dry up a little bit. I'm gonna go warm up my sauce that I'm gonna use. Then I will not be saucing one of these, but I am gonna be saucing the sweet and spicier and the spicier. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, so it's been 15 minutes since I took the ribs out of the foil. Now, if you notice, I did leave the rods out because I want the smoker to get a little hot, okay, just to dry up that surface. So I'm gonna take this rack out right here, and this one is not gonna get any sauce. Man, this is about to fall apart, okay? Now these other two racks, this is the spicier and this is the sweet and spicier right here. All right, these two racks here are gonna get a nice treatment of this barbecue sauce from Carolina Q. This is his Carolina Sweet Hickory sauce, and it did warm it up, and it smells delicious. Okay, so I'm not gonna go really heavy on the ribs, just a light coating. That's all you need. I think the hickory flavor in the sauce is gonna pair well with the hickory chunks that we used earlier. Okay, so just apply a light coating. I'm gonna flip the rack over and sauce the other side. These are gonna sit in here for another 15 minutes just to let that sauce tack up a little bit. Then we will see you guys inside. Stay tuned. All right, so the ribs are ready, and the total cook time for these with the sauce was 3 hours and 30 minutes. This one right here without the sauce, again, this is just the spicy R, because I want to try that rub by itself. I heard it's really, really good. 3 hours and 15 minutes. So just gonna cut up a couple of these ribs. So this one right here is my sweet and spicy R. And this one right here is the spicy R. I should turn this over. I don't want to dirty my chopping board, but I think I'm gonna have to. Let's see if I get lucky right here. There we go, not too bad. Usually when you're cutting baby backs, they tend to shred on you a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, that didn't shred at all. All right, let's check this one right here. Want a nice meaty bone here. Okay, let's take a look at this. Let's see how we did here. Oh boy, see that smoke room right there? Again, this is the sweet and spicy R, and this is the spicy R right here. I'm gonna slice these up. Let's give them a taste. Stay tuned. All right, I've got the ribs cut up. Let's give them a try. The first one that I'm gonna try is the sweet and spicier. Okay, here we go. That is really good. A little bit of sweet, not a whole lot of heat, because I think the sweetness covers that. That sauce is delicious. Wow, that is really good. Now let's give the spicier with the sauce, the Carolina Q sauce. There we go. Man, that is a good rib. Okay. While there is definitely a difference in flavor, this one is a little bit sweeter. And this one is a really good savory flavor. I mean, this is what you want a backyard barbecue rib to taste like. Now this rib right here, this is the one with no sauce. I cannot wait to try this because this is nothing but rub. The sauce isn't gonna interfere with the flavor of the rub, so here we go. That rib is really good. Just a slight amount of heat, nothing overpowering. I mean, it's there, you can tell it's there, but it's not spicy. I gotta tell you, my favorite is this one right here. The spicier with the sauce from Carolina Q. You know, I've tried their mustard sauce, and I've also tried their Carolina vinegar-based sauce, and that is absolutely delicious. And this is really, really good. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna leave a link in the description box on where you can buy this sauce. I'm also gonna leave a link to Uncle Steve's Shake where you can purchase these rubs. I gotta tell you, all these ribs are really good, but this one right here by far is my favorite. Again, the spicier with the Carolina Q, Carolina Sweet Hickory sauce is fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this video. You've got to try these rubs and this sauce. It is absolutely delicious. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.